have iced tea for today's tea talk. If in case you're wondering, it is tea. It's just not of the hot variety. It's too hot. It's summertime and the AC is going because it's also too hot to not have it going. I apologize if you can hear that. We're keeping it casual today. I barely even remember how to talk to you because it's been so long. In case you didn't know, I was in Prague for 4 months. I visited about 10 countries, including the one I was studying in, just under 20 cities. So I have some travel videos. If you want to come to Budapest or Amsterdam or Paris or any of those things with me, there's a playlist. You can check those out. They're a lot of fun. And now I'm back in the States. I'm back with my books. The book's back with me. It's all good. I read a few books already since I've been back. Let's be real, I didn't have a lot of time to do so while I was abroad, but now that I am back, I am just completely ready to get back into the swing of things and have, I have time to read, I have time to film, I have time to actually watch other people's booktube videos and comment on them and actually be a part of the community again. Imagine that. So, as far as reading went while I was abroad, I got some stuff I could show you. First of all, the only thing I knew I wanted to get before going abroad was two things. One of which was The Little Prince in the Czech language because that's where I was staying, that's what they speak. I thought it would be cool. My roommates in college and we all love this story and we all have multiple copies of it in different languages, and so I kind of wanted to keep up the trend and while I was abroad get more. So I have this one. I got it the very first week that I was abroad. I literally did it right away. Then kind of nicely, I didn't plan for this to happen, but my last week ever in Europe, I'm gonna go back. My last week for that trip, I got the German version. What else? I got Harry Potter, the 7th Harry Potter in Czech as well. What else? I visited Canterbury. That's the thing I did. My roommate, Britta, or one of my roommates, was studying there, so I went there. And I knew, of course, because it's gonna be in the UK, there was a book that I absolutely had to buy. 3 guesses what it was. Oh yes. I mean, how could I not? We all fawn over these covers constantly. It was the only book that I thought I was going to get while I was in England. But, you know, I had been away from English bookstores for nearly 2 months, so I couldn't help buying 3 other books while I was, 2 more when I was in Canterbury, 1 more when I was in Dublin. Then I'd actually almost gotten a much cheaper copy of Mistborn that was still that cover, but it was pretty beaten up, and I was like, well, the whole reason I'm getting that one is for it to look pretty because I like that edition. So yeah, I didn't go for it, but then I was really sad because the bookstore we were in was really cool. It was this little, I think it's used books, and it's just right in Canterbury, and it has this adorable, slanted, completely tilted this way, blue door. I'll put a picture so you can see it. And we were walking around, and that was the only book I saw in there that really, it's okay, I want to get this. But then I put it back down, and I was like, oh, but I really wanted to buy something in there. And so I ended up passing on the way out of this basket, and I looked down and saw that it was full of brown paper packages tied up in the string, and it had some words written on them, and I was like, I know exactly what that is. I know exactly what that is. It was Blind Date with a Book basket. I'd heard of Blind Date with a Book before, but I'd never done one, and so I got really excited, and I went up and I started searching through them, and I found one that looked like this, and I was like, okay, that sounds pretty cool. And so I bought it, and it was really exciting because I had no idea what it was going to be, and I was hoping really badly that it was going to turn out to be a book I'd actually want to read and that I didn't waste my money. But you know, that's half the fun, is not knowing that. And so I brought it back with Brenna to her room, and we unraveled it, and it was The Historian by Elizabeth Kostova, which looks right up my alley, so that's pretty cool. Pretty excited about that. Unlike apparently most blind dates in real life, this actually was a huge success, so yay! As far as actually reading while I was abroad, I didn't read a ton of books, but the one wonderful thing about all of my reading experience while I was over there was that every time I picked up a book, it was completely guilt-free reading. Whenever I was reading, I was on some sort of mode of transportation, right? A bus, train, or a plane. Basically. There's nothing better to do when you're sitting around waiting for your bus or waiting for your plane, and then when you're actually sitting on the thing and you're there for hours, you either look out the window or you read or you sleep or something. You have very limited options, alright? So I read, and it was awesome because now not only did I get to just kind of relax and just read, I also now have all of the books that I did read attached in some way to the trip that I read it during. Like Aristotle and Dante, I read that on a night train on my way to Budapest. And so forever I'm gonna have those things kind of associated with each other, which is kind of cool. That one was the only exception because I had started it right before I left. Thought I was gonna be able to to zoom through it before I left. Didn't do it. It takes place in Prague, and so I really wanted to read it then, and it was really good, so I didn't want to leave it behind. So it was the only physical book I brought with me. Yeah, I think I read 70% of it all in one day, and it was the most glorious thing because basically I got up, it was February, and I had class that morning, and so it was kind of chilly, but it was a nice day. And you know, I went across the river, over to class, went to Czech for 2 hours, my Czech language class, and then I was like, okay, I'm hungry, I need some breakfast. So I walked down over to the main sort of square in the little quarter, Malostranské náměstí, and there's a Starbucks there. So I went in, I plopped myself down, I brought the book in my backpack with me, and then I just decided, you know what? I have absolutely nothing I need to do today. And so I just decided I would sit there and just read until I didn't want to anymore. The shop closed or I finished the book. Whatever came first. And so I did. I literally just sat there and got immersed in this book, and it was kind of cool because it takes place in Prague, and so I'm getting immersed in the story that happens in the city I was currently sitting in. And I sat there until I finished it. I think it took me about 4 hours maybe. Stress-free, guilt-free, just reading time, just me time, and it was so glorious. Like, I don't know how often you guys get moments like that, but it is like the best freaking feeling. It reminds me a lot of when the 6th and 7th Harry Potter books came out, because the day after those midnight releases was like a freaking holiday. Nothing else had to be accomplished that day except reading that book, and that's just a feeling I just haven't really had since those books came out, and that was years ago. So that was really, really, really nice. Right, my Booktubiversary just happened apparently. I missed it. I knew I started in the summer, but I didn't remember exactly what day. June 12th or whatever, it had been a year that I've been kind of doing this. So that's kind of cool. This channel's like done way better than I thought it would in a year. I didn't think I'd even have 50 subscribers at this point because when you're a brand new channel, it takes a long time to get anyone to notice you. And yet on Booktube, from day freaking one, from like video one, I had so many wonderful people. Like so many of you guys were so welcoming and nice, and I talked about this before because I don't think you understand, that doesn't happen, okay? It just doesn't happen anywhere else in YouTube. You literally cannot go anywhere else and see this much positivity over this many channels. Like one channel, okay, but this many, there's hundreds of us. It's bonkers, okay? It's freaking bonkers. Just saying. I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm just kind of, it just blows my mind a lot. I'm hovering around 400 subscribers right now, like just over, so thank you for those of you who have subscribed and have stuck around, even when the phone rings. As I was saying, thank you. And that's pretty, like, I'm proud of that. I'm pretty freaking proud of that, and I'm pretty grateful for that. Anyway, I'm happy to be back, I think is what I was eventually going towards, and then tangents happened. But you know, that's what this tea talk is for. This is not the professional video. This is just me hanging out talking with you, so. I don't think there was that much else I wanted to even chat about other than hopefully now that this is gonna be my year 2 of doing Booktube, I'm gonna kind of play around with the formats of how I want to do stuff, just figure out how and what I want to do on this channel. But yeah, I don't know. I don't even know how long this is. I should probably just shut up. Thank you so much for watching, and yeah, I'm back, and so I'll be putting up more Booktube stuff again. I will still have a couple more travel videos on the way, but it will be more like, you know, staggered between Booktube videos. I won't be gone for 4 months again. Like, it'll be more like every other video until I run out, and then it'll just be Booktube, and then whatever else I decide to do. I don't know. I'm almost out of tea. So I'm back, and this has been a tea talk. What the hell am I doing? This has been a tea talk. My name is Jackie, and I'm gonna talk to you very soon. Yeah, okay. Bye, guys.